May 2nd. Last night I had the strangest dream. I was a little girl I'd never met. I knew she was of Cherokee descent from the new story I'd learned. In the dream, her grandmother told us of the story of first woman, Selou. Upon waking, I searched the story to read it in its entirety. The origin of woman from the yellow corn gave my life new color. I'll have to remember to use this next time I paint. Other than being a part of a different people, the strangest part of the dream was how real it felt. I could feel the little girl sitting on the hard ground of her grandmother's house. I could smell the blue corn mush cooking a room away, readying for breakfast. I would hear the rasp of the wise woman's voice as she told the story they'd shared for generations. It was so lifelike. The dream convinced me to reread the story of creation I had always been told. After turning the worn pages of my mother's old Bible and reading the well-known story of Adam and Eve, I couldn't help but envy Selou's origin. Not being of man, but of her own creation, was empowering. In other news, the construction site across the lake had gotten bigger. They wrapped a new line of meaningless yellow tape around their claimed land. New protesters are arriving every day, for more than the local tribes and cities. It's amazing to see how everyone can come together from all over the state. May 12th. I had another strange dream. This one was eerily real. The anger and devastation this woman felt in reaction to the loss of her icy landscape was strong. I could feel her emotions pour out in her poetry. She wrote in a weird pattern of she, I, and connected verbs. I could almost feel the connection she had with her mother, the one she was writing about. I could smell the ink she used in the old typewriter, and I could tell that she liked the tension of the keys better than any keyboard, and it fueled her. Though I was shaken by the strength of her emotions through my dream, I woke with new determination. I'm going to be constructive and get my emotions out. A few friends are going protesting in the next few weeks, and I'm going to paint new signs for them. I can't find myself joining the protests, but at least this way I'm contributing to the cause in some way. May 20th. I'm shaking as I write this. It's 2 a.m. and I just woke up from the most tangible dream I've ever felt. I'm not even sure they are dreams. In this dream, I felt the first breath of life. I could feel the burn in my lungs as I drew in oxygen for the first time. But I wasn't a baby. I was a fully grown adult woman. I know I was experiencing creation story, but I'm still not sure whose it was. Mine, I suppose. I experienced the rapid birth of twins over and over and watched as the women had their own babies, and I knew these were the first humans. I watched the world become populated for the first time. I could feel it. The heartbeats grew louder in unison as more and more of us were born. I honestly can say I was afraid when I woke up. I have never felt so small and yet so significant in my life. May 20th. Again. Now that I've calmed down and analyzed my dreams more closely, I have come to the realization that they weren't dreams. I have been experiencing days in the lives of different women, and I am somehow connected to. We are all connected through the mother, the first woman. Whether it be Eve or Selou or the woman from my last dream, we are all from her. June 1st. I haven't had another connection since the mother. I ache for the feeling of belonging and oneness they brought. I pray every night that I might be connected with another woman, but alas, it hasn't happened. The protests are getting bigger. We now have supporters from out of state, natives and non-natives from across the country. My friends urge me to come and protest with them, but I'm still so afraid. Nothing has gotten violent so far, but what if I'm the first to be hurt? Am I important enough to become a martyr? Am I strong enough to see one of my friends become one? June 7th. Last night I couldn't sleep. I so desperately needed a connection that I began painting. I didn't know what I was painting at first, but when I saw my own eyes look back at me from the face of a woman I didn't know, I knew I wasn't done. Once again, I could feel the connection to the women before me and possibly those who didn't exist yet. I knew there were more faces who shared my eyes. I grabbed the glass from a picture frame on my desk and began painting on it as it laid over the other painting. A new face, an older woman, began to share my eyes. She had long, dark hair braided to one side and chrysanthemum flowers blooming on her arms. My own skin prickled and burned from where her tattoos lived, and chills raced down my spine. To calm myself, I gazed out the window at the growing construction site, the already gathering protesters in the first rays of light. I glanced from my painting to the people, back and forth, until I realized the connection I needed all along was right in front of me. The people I was connected to were out my window fighting for the same land I called home. So today I go join the protest. I join the fight for my land and the land those future women who share my eyes will enjoy.